Hey guys, so today we are going to be covering raycasting, and raycasting is when we send out like a laser beam from the camera position or any object, but in this case it's going to be from the camera, and we fire a laser beam off and we shoot it towards the screen, and then from the screen we can detect what objects we clicked on. Now let me show you a photo of what I mean. So what we have here is your eyeball, right? And your eyeball is going to see the main screen, but the screen is technically a 2D flat surface. So what we're doing here is we're casting a ray or a laser beam, and we're casting it from your eyeball to the screen and then out to the actual object that's in 3D representational space. So this allows us to get really accurate abilities of clicking stuff in the far distance and clicking stuff in three-dimensional worlds, while also allowing us to return, or in other words, to figure out what it is we clicked on. So it's a very important concept to go through. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a little area, and then we're going to spawn a cube off of it. So first thing we're going to do is just set up a little field, and we're going to do that with just a bunch of cubes. And let me go into my scene, and I'm just going to create like a little flat plane area at the 0, 0, 0 mark. And then I'm going to create, I'll just create some cylinders. And we're going to create the cylinders at different positions so that we can see how all this works. Oh, whoops. Looks like that one flew away. There we go. So we got a couple of couple objects. Let's get a couple more. All right, so something like that. Let's see, where's the main camera? The main camera can't see any of this at the moment. Oh, whoops, it's looking that way. My bad. -90. Are we? Oh. Game. There we go. There's the game. I don't know why it's not popping up in my camera preview scene, but that works. That will be good enough for what we're going to do. So now that we have that, let's save. And I have a new project running, but you feel free to use the same project that you have been doing. So save scene as assets. Not assets, excuse me. We want to save as click adventure. And now we're going to create ourselves a script. So create C# script. We're going to call that spawn obj at spawn obj clicker. Spawn obj click. That's what we're going to call it. And we're going to open this up. And what is going on? Okay. Oops. So if we come over to our script, let me zoom out a little bit. We don't need to be quite so close. There we go. And so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to create our object. And so we have to create a ray. To do that, we're going to declare ray. myRay. And this is create the ray. And then we've got raycast, raycast hit, and then hit. Creating the raycast hit. All right. And then we're going to have public game object, object to instantiate, because we're going to create an object at some point. So we're just going to create like a red cube and drop it in that public object. And then we're going to go to void update. We're going to do myRay, which we just created, equals camera.main dot screen point to ray input dot mouse position lowercase m semicolon at the end, tells the ray that it will come from the center of the main camera to the mouse vector direction. Okay. It's got myRay, and then we want to say if physics, because this is a physics command, dot raycast myRay, comma, out hit, then if input, oops, not indexer, if input dot get mouse down, get mouse button down 0, instantiate object to instantiate at, just like we did before, but this time hit dot point, because the thing that we're hitting is the hit. Quaternion dot identity. There we go. So this creates a prefab wherever we clicked it. And then this thing is if mouse button left is down. All right, now the one other thing you want to make sure, of course, is that they have colliders on it, but this should just work. So let's go back and make sure that that builds. Inconsistent line endings, but that's okay. We're going to drag the spawn object to click onto main camera. And we also have to create an object. So let us create a 3D object. Let us create a sphere. And make sure that we make it or apply some material to it. So create material. And it's going to be red. If I can get the red, come on. Oh, my color picker was on the wrong side. So that's just going to be red. And then I'm going to put this on the sphere. So now we've got red spheres that appear. And main camera. Object to instantiate is going to be this object here. Now, if we press play, I haven't tested the script, so click, 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 click. There we go. Now we can create objects anywhere we want. Looks like there's zits on this one. So anyway, or one of those candies. Yeah, the candy, the strip candy. Anyway, take this raycasting method and apply it to your homework, and we'll take it from there.